Hi guys, I'm Joanna. Welcome to my channel, and today we are talking about intracommunication. And I'll start by trying to explain to you what intracommunication is. Well, I'm calling it intracommunication, but according to some research I've been doing, I think the more common wording is intrapersonal communication and not intracommunication. But as in it is my video, I will adopt the intracommunication term. So last video I talked about intercommunication, which is talking to someone else, and in intracommunication or interpersonal communication is the communication you have with yourself, and this has a lot of forms and a lot of benefits. So let's start with interpersonal communication forms or systems. First one is maybe the first one that comes to mind is meditation. And some people think, oh, meditation is so hard, I cannot not think about anything. I'll
probably in the future, I don't know, make a video about meditation alone, but meditation is not thinking about nothing.
So meditation is more of is when you take the observer's seat and you observe what's going on in your mind. That's actually what the first step of intracommunication, to understand what you are feeling, what you are giving your attention to, stuff like that. If you feel like meditation is not for you, what you can do is journal and write out your thoughts. And sometimes when I do this, I really like to do this. I'm not like, I don't do this every day, like I don't meditate every day, I don't write every day, I don't have a everyday practice of intercommunication, but I probably should, because usually this is when I have my biggest breakthroughs. But I think that the way I'm doing this, I'm doing my interpersonal communication, is by, and this is the third form of doing it, speaking out loud. Sometimes people think that people that talk with themselves or out loud are kind of crazy. But I honestly don't view it that way. I realized that by talking to myself, I usually can understand what is bothering me the most, because not only I talk to myself, I ask myself questions. Like when I'm procrastinating on something, the easiest thing for me personally to do is ask myself, why are you procrastinating? What are you afraid of? And sometimes by doing this and by being honest and by not judging me and my thoughts and my feelings, I can get to the root of it all. And sometimes it's like, why are you procrastinating on this thing? And I get to the conclusion, oh, it's because I'm afraid. But okay, you are afraid, but what are you afraid of? And I realized I'm afraid because I think that it will not turn out as perfect as I want it. But then I think, okay, I'm afraid that it won't turn out as perfect as I want it to, but if I start now, I'll probably have more time to think about it and to solve any problem that comes in my way. So usually that this internal dialogue makes me do things, because makes me take action. Because if I choose to be in that mindset of procrastinating, just not doing the stuff and not even thinking about it, I won't do that thing until the last minute. You know, procrastinators, yeah? By having this internal dialogue, I can actually understand what is stopping me and I can do something about it. As you can see, the talking to myself strategy is the one that I've been using the most, and it has been producing better results for me in my life. And then the fourth way that I can think of to do this kind of internal work is, for instance, making videos. You don't have to post it anywhere. You can, like, instead of having a written journal, you can make a video journal. That was actually my first idea for doing these videos, and to record my opinions and my thoughts and my points of view on stuff throughout my life and as I get older. But you don't have to do the same that I do, that is uploading them on YouTube. You can just keep it to yourself and make it your own stuff. And I'm not sure, but I believe there are apps to do it. Search it. If you find it, let me know. It's probably very interesting. And there's a fifth way that I want to address of doing an internal dialogue. You can just talk to someone. That's not internal! Hold up. It can be internal if you're talking to a therapist, or you can ask a friend to hear you out. Say like, hey, I would like to talk to you to get my head in order. I just want you to listen if that's okay with you, and maybe later we can bounce off ideas of each other, but I really need someone to listen right now. And I believe that if your friend understands this, that's a very cool way of having internal dialogue. So to resume this video, I believe that intercommunication is essential for you to understand yourself better, because when you understand yourself better, you can actually understand the world around you better. And for overthinkers, like I was, because I was an overthinker, but I don't believe I'm one anymore. I still feel stuff and I think about stuff, and yes, I still have those moments where I'm like, oh my god, do you remember that day you totally humiliated yourself? Yeah, I do. What about it? So you won't overthink about it? Nope. Shit. Yeah, dude. No judgment. I love myself. And then another thing that I wanted to say before we finish this video. You can do all the internal work, but if you keep judging yourself in a dark light, and if you continue to be your worst critic or your worst destructive critic, that won't get you anywhere. You have to be open to accept yourself for who you are, because that's the only way you can actually bring change to the areas of your life that you want to change, and bring that part of yourself that you love so much to an even brighter light. That's the work I personally have been doing for quite a long time, and I've been able to prove myself again and again that I can be happier. So there you go. There are my 5 ways of doing internal communication and internal work in order to reach higher states of happiness and positivity in my life. I hope you find it helpful. Please leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you around, guys. Bye. Hope I didn't have lipstick on my teeth this whole time.